Generic greetings! Astroneer is an exploration game at its heart with some survival elements as well. Essentially you are some sort of space person and you will land on a procedurally generated world and gather resources, build up your hub, go and explore and hopefully have some fun. It's a game I've played for about 3 and a bit hours, so certainly first impressions, not a review. And also, as you can see from the top right, it says pre-alpha build 0.2.100.0, which means it isn't finished yet. So if I press launch on this pod, it will land on a random place and we'll start from scratch, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to load this save game here, which I've played for about 3 hours, as I've mentioned earlier. It's a little bit haphazard because this is a learning base, so I've placed things in when actually if I did that again I wouldn't go ahead and do it in that particular way, so it's a little bit haphazard in places. So as you can see, it is graphically very colourful. It's very, very simplistic and stylized. The ground is very sort of play-dohy, I like to call it, so you can actually shape the terrain so you can like dig areas out, which is a big part of the game because you will be digging things up. So you can dig with this tool, you can also like smooth the area, and you can also rise it up as well, so you can make like bridges and tunnels and caves and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. We'll just go over to our actual base over here, and this is the thing you first start off with. This is your little pod, and you can get in it for reasons. There are some reasons to get in it. Sometimes you get like a sandstorm in which you don't want to be killed, so you jump in that and hide, although the door doesn't close, which is a little bit interesting. Anyway, so you place this thing, and then that's glitching out a bit. And then what you do is you essentially build connectors onto these like little, oh, what would you call them? Like hub modules? Something like that. You can just build them like that, and it'll like put a little extra module on there. And that will allow you to then upgrade it to something like this size. There you go. And then you can place something like a vehicle bay on it, or trade platform, or whatever. So if I click vehicle bay, it should be able to be built. Hang on, if I click that. No, we need aluminium. Okay, let's find some aluminium. I should have some aluminium around somewhere. That is aluminium. Now we'll connect that onto my backpack. The UI is completely non-existent, pretty much, which is something I actually like. You've got a backpack. You can click on that, and you can see what I've got in storage. So I've got some tethers, and I've got some aluminium. There you go. And I've also got a wind vane and a solar thing. This denotes your oxygen, and this denotes your energy, which is useful, because if you run out of oxygen, you start suffocating and then die. And if you run out of energy, you can't dig anymore. So yeah, it's all bad. I'm just looking around for any aluminium. There's an aluminium. There we go. So I'm going to bring it over here. I'll place that there. And then I will click on that one and place that. And then we'll say build. And then as you can see, it will build around. And then the ground will be changed as well. And there you go. The ground is changed. And the reason for that is because it needs to get a vehicle in here. So I'm just going to delete some of this stuff here. I'm going to sort of pull the land back. Like I said, it's all procedurally generated, and it's all possible to deform all of the land. So there we go. We've smoothed that off because I want to go over here. I want to jump in my rover. No, this is not my rover. This is my truck. And then drive over here. Now, I must confess, the thing I don't like about the game, there's a couple of things, but one of the things I really don't like is the way you drive this thing. It is terrible, right? I just don't understand the logic behind the driving. If you want to go forward, you would think you'd press forward. W, A, S, and D. Well, if you're facing that way, that is sort of the case. But you go forward the way your camera's looking. So if I hold W, I'll go forward. Right? If I look this way and hold W, you sort of turn and go forward. So the way to turn, the way to move is just hold W and then just look around. It reminds me of the warthog from Halo, in that sense, and I don't like it. I prefer W, A, S, and D, because if I'm like near a hole like this, and I say, oh, I just want to turn left and avoid that, you press things like D, and you go back over, because obviously it's based on the orientation of the camera. So yeah, not a fan of that one. And it also means that lining things up like this is a little bit haphazard at times, but I can sort of understand why they've done it. It's just not my personal preference. Let's connect that to the hub. There we go. And you connect it because you might want to like fuel it up and stuff like this. Is the energy on the side. In terms of energy, it comes from many resources such as wind. As you can see, that's spinning around and supplying things. It comes from generators, which I've got on there, which requires coal, and also comes from solar, which I've got a solar power plant there. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to activate this fuel condenser. This generates hydrazine from the oxygen, from the atmosphere, rather. And we can essentially make loads of hydrazine, and then that allows me to then trade in because it's essentially an infinity machine, but we'll get on that later on. So anyway, I've built this thing, as you can see, all good, and we've got our nice little truck as well. It's got like a little solar power plant on it, a little solar array, sorry. It's got a crane on the back, which I haven't actually got anything with. You can see there's like a tether going to places, and that's very important, because if you are not in tether range, like I'm not now, you can, oh, you hear like a little hiss there, and that means essentially it's starting to use my backpack, and there you go, look, my oxygen is slowly going down, and if you run out of oxygen, you start to suffocate, and then you will die. So you want to connect to these tethers. So, what is the objective of the game? Well, it's like a lot of survival slash exploration games. It's just to sandbox it, to run around, have fun, and explore things. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back out. It's actually going dark now, which is not great. Let me just go over here actually and activate my hydrazine system again and just create more hydrazine. Look at all the hydrazine I've got here. What I want to do is I need to do some research because I'm trying to find something for the back of my truck over there. And as you can see, I've got this weird crane thing. I can actually jump on it like so. And it moves around where I look, which is pretty cool. But there's nothing on the end of it, and I don't really know what you can put on the end of it. Maybe I can build something. Maybe if I back the truck up, maybe that is a good thing. Let me just spin this around here. You can see the snaky thing comes in. Yeah, I was saying about the difficulty in actually driving this. I'm just trying to back this up, go that way, but obviously I can't really back it up that well because of the way the camera works. Hang on, I want to go. No, I want to go that way. I want to. Oh God, that way. And then back it up. And then there we go, maybe? There we are. So is anything this can build? It can build a seat. It can build storage. Nah, I can't build anything on the back. I don't know what to put on the back of that. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to go and get some research things. And what you do is you look around, you will find little modules, then you put it in your research station here, and then you will get research. So what I'll do is probably jump on... I don't know. I don't need to go. I don't use the buggy just yet. What I'm going to do is follow these tethers. You'll find like crash bits of ship, like this one here, for example, and you'll be able to dig around them and find different things. So this one, for example, I dug about and I found like a couple of modules and stuff. What I'm going to do is go in here. This is one of the caves I've been exploring. And you can see I've got these tethers from the base. Now, these are very important because if you don't have these, essentially you're using your own supply wherever you go, which is something I don't like. Oh, look at this, how far I can sort of surf. Yeah, surf, because I think it's based on the momentum you get going on things, so it reminds me of tribes. Anyway, so as you can see, I come down here and I've just put all these tethers because it means I can just run around this cave and just explore. Now, there's bits I haven't explored because this cave is pretty huge. There's some hydrazine there I don't really need, and I've got some... Does this go down another section? Yeah, this goes down really far. Hang on, let me just go down here. And then there's another section that goes even further down, which I've never been. So should we try and get there? That might be an interesting thing to do, but I don't know how far it goes down. Let me just place some more tethers here. You press T to place tethers. You do have to build tethers, but, you know, I do have them. There, and I don't really know how far these... caves go, to be honest. Oh, there's the horrible things. Right, see them things over there? Them things, they like kick out this horrible noxious gas, and it's not nice. It's not very nice at all. Ooh, aluminium. This is good. Let me go back, place another tether. I'm going to pick that tether up. You can pick them up, obviously, because I've just done it. And you can move it around. Put that there. I think while we're here, we're going to gather these crystals. So you do turn the area into industrial landscape, essentially, because you will dig out pretty much everything. And I'm out of power now. There we go. But if I connect up to that, I will actually get power and oxygen back from the base. The problem is that if it's like dark, say no power, which is interesting, even though I have got power. The interesting thing is that if you've got, say, if it's dark and you've only got solar, it won't actually supply you with the power, so that's quite good. That's quite interesting. You can see my power's going up now because it's probably daylight outside. So I'm probably getting the resources now. Like I say, just digging out this area, turn it into a massive industrial landscape. It's like Minecraft. You know, you've got this nice wilderness and stuff, and then after maybe, I don't know, couple of hours of play, it looks like Isengard. Right, so we've got more minerals here. I'm just going to gather a couple of them just to get my last bit. Actually, we'll just dig out here. And you can see you've got like these spikes and stuff that are being placed, but they'll all drop off. Come on, one more piece. There we are. Right, so in terms of where I need to go for resources, you can like find these like weird plants, and if you dig them out, there'll be probably something underneath it that we can research, but I don't know if that's any use to us at the moment. Let me just pick these up. What I'm going to do is head a different way and pull back. I always pick the tethers up if don't plan on coming back just yet. So I don't think I really want to come over here. There's a horrible exploding plant if you dig that thing out there. I really want to go inside this cave. Oh, let's try it. What I'll do, I'll just point downwards and I'll sort of dig like that. And nope, it is genuinely just a big cavern. Yep, that is just a big cavern, I think. Yep, so there's no chance of me going down there. I mean, I could bridge it. No, I can't even bridge it because it's so far down. It's so far down that I'd never be able to get there. Okay, that's not happening. Got a bit of sunlight coming through the roof. As I said, alpha game is alpha, so you get these things. So, where do I need to go? Well, let's go down this cave, see what we can find in here. Some more hydrazine. I really don't need any hydrazine. This is sort of back to the start. Let's dig out this balloon plant, and what you get is you get this research thing. There you go. And we'll take it back and we'll see what we can find. So you can dig out plants, things like that. The best ones I found are the ones from like crashed spaceships and stuff, which we're gonna have a little run around in the rover any second, and I'll see if I can find one. I think I know where one is. I found it earlier, but that's the slight problem is that I didn't mark it. I think you can get beacons and such, but well, I know you can get a beacon. I just don't know if they work exactly like that. Anyway, so it is sunlight. It is sunlight. It is daytime, so we're getting some sunlight on things, which is good. We're going to place this over on my research bit. There we go. And then we'll click research. And then you get this weird thing where it starts researching it, but it sort of opens it up. There you go. And then we found some titanium. Sometimes you get some research. Most of the time you will get resources from the plants and stuff. Or maybe you always get resources from the plants, I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll pick up the hydrazine, and then we'll create more hydrazine because we can. Right, so what I want to do is go over to the smelter, and we'll place this in the smelter. Oh, God, sometimes your backpack does get in the way. There we go, and we'll click smelt. And that'll use energy to then smelt copper. Oh, aluminium, actually. That's okay, then. And then it's obviously going to take some time to connect up. I have got, you know, things like the wind turbine connected in places and stuff, so it's going to generate more things. Let's put that in there and then generate more hydrazine. This is what I was on about. Well, this is like the infinity machine, that it will pretty much make things forever and a day, because I found, I don't know if it's like an abuse of it. I don't think you can really class it as abuse, but it's coming close to being a bit dodgy. So if I go over to this thing, this is actually my trading station, and what I can do is like put, say, hydrazine in there, and hydrazine in there, and hang on, hydrazine in there. So there's 3 units of hydrazine in there, and I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, put the solar panel back. It's all like modular building. You can like click and drag and move things around, which is good. So there's like loads of hydrazine on there. In fact, I can just place 1 more and then I'll be pretty much done. 1 hydrazine to go there. So this is all hydrazined up, and then what you can do is actually say, right, give me a certain amount of like resources for that. So if I say want malachite, I will get 8 of it. If I wanted aluminium, I'll get 4 of it. Or copper, the same thing. Hydrazine. It's weird because to get 4 hydrazine, I have to send 8 hydrazine because the trading is crap. 2 coal, 2 titanium, no compound. Don't know why no compound. I think it's because I've actually gone over. There you go. Look, yeah, I've probably got multiples of it. So if I wanted 8 compound, I can actually just send that much there. But the thing is, I've not done anything to generate that hydrazine. I've literally pressed the button. So I think the economy does need some work. Unless this actually runs out. As I said, this is only your first impressions. I've only played about 3 and a bit hours. Unless this actually runs out, I could just stop exploring now for resources. I can just constantly wait, get this to fill up, like with the energy, and then make the resources that I need, and then trade it off, and then eventually our little pod will come back down. Is it going to come back down? Here it comes. There we go. And then there's all the compound. And you use compound for things like... actually, no, that's resin. Damn it. I bought the wrong thing. Oh, well. Let's collect all of this. I'll put all the compound on here. Oh, there we are. You get things like resin, by the way. So you have... you will use that to make these, like, extra modules. And that's digging down for some reason. I didn't really want it to dig down. Go back, please. I want to dig this way, but up. Can you dig this way, but up, please? That would be most good. There we go. And apparently if I click that, will it work? Yeah, it goes up now. Whoa, look at that. That's pretty good. I like the way all the pipes and stuff bend around. And there you go. And then you can put more resin on there to make more stuff. So that to make more like buildings and things like that. As I said, the buildings are modular, so you can like say get this solar panel and say, well, actually, I don't want the solar panel there. I want to, say, move the wind turbine over there, which will then power this thing, which means now that it's not even daylight, we can still keep generating the hydrogen. Oh, good grief. Anyway, so you can see how your resource gathering works and things like that. Let me just go to this, and I want to just dump all of this down. I've just put 3 of these resources. Can you smelt all 3? Looks like you only get one aluminium, even though you smelt just one of them. Ah, well, bit of a shame that. Right, so let's do a little bit of exploration. So I think I know roughly where something is. I think it's over on the right-hand side. I'm just going around. I can only place a seat on this one. I know you can build storage, but I don't know. I think you can only build it on this big one. So let's jump in this vehicle and we will head off over here. So I'm going to follow the tethers up until a certain point, and then obviously the tethers will run out because I haven't really gone that far. You do get a fair bit of pop-in, as you can see, where it's having to generate all of the details, but it can, because of the speed your vehicle can go, it generally, you know, runs out. I mean, I'm not even going full pelt. If I go full pelt, you can see that the vehicle's bouncing out all over the place, and it's only generating the details pretty much when I run into them, which is problematic. So what's this thing over here? This is one of the plants that I dug out. We've also got a really big tower thing here, which is interesting. Don't know what that's all about. But this is part of the game, isn't it? This is the main part of the game, is just exploring. I don't know what this is, so I'm going to have a little bit of an explore. It is... I don't know, some sort of weird plant again. And then we've got... this is a resin node, I think. Oh, good. They're very, very rocky around here. This is a resin node. You've seen me dig out, like, the ground like this. But these nodes, all you do is essentially is hold on to them, and you will just gather resin like that. It will run out. But, yeah, you can do that. Right, so I want to, like I say, I'm trying to find a crashed spaceship. The problem is that you can run out of resources, so energy, things like that. This thing, if it runs out of energy, will stop. It will not move. As you can see, we're pretty much not almost out of energy. You can get energy nodes like this one, which sadly, I think... Well, there's some power. The question is, can I then connect that to the pod? I can connect it to the pod. Can I? Oh, yes, I can. Ah, okay, that's very good. So I can actually gather these nodes up then. I might as well gather some energy nodes and use them as batteries. There we go. So I've got essentially 2 bits of power now. I'm going to put the power back in. I'll put my solar panel back on the job. And when it gets daylight, we will still power the machine. That's actually what happened on one time. I was just... Ooh, this is a big chasm around here. I was just doing some explorating and exploring everywhere. My exploratory mission came to an abrupt halt when I ran out of energy for the rover, and I couldn't go any further. And my exploratory mission has pretty much ran out because of this chasm, so... No matter, what we'll do, it's actually quite an easy task. We'll just do this. And just bridge it. We'll just bridge the entire thing. I don't know why bridge it's involved, but... Oh, God, crappy joke. Nope, that's a little bit too far up. Right, there we go. And then we'll go smoothing. And then we'll smooth this. Because we're going to have to get a... Ooh. good grief. A rover over this. So. Right, let's try this. I have a feeling I'm going to end up inside the chasm here. And because it's so... Oh, God, look at that. So twitchy. Yeah, that need to sort... I don't like the vehicle controls. Even if they keep this, it's fine. Maybe if there's an alternate way of controlling the vehicles, that might be okay. Let's power... Just collapsing it. Yeah, power straight through. Ah! We have actually found some crashed thing. Cool. So let's have a quick look. So, we'll have to dig it out. And we have found some lithium, some resin, and some copper. Okay, and also, more importantly, we've found a resource thing, a research. So we're going to clamp it on the front, and then we'll head back. And the way you find out where you came from is if close to your... Oh, good grief, here we go. Let's line this up properly, shall we? If close to your current location, there's either probably a beacon or your home base, it will show up. It will actually show up in front of you, but as I'm not close enough, I just have to go off memory, which I believe I came through this way, so yeah. It is a good looking game. It's, as I said, stylized and all of that, but I do like it, and it's very colourful. You do get some weather as well. I've only experienced sandstorm type thing, where essentially the have I run out of energy? Yes, I'm running out of energy. I got like... Oh, there's my base over there. Hang on, am I actually out of energy? Pretty much, I'm running out of energy. I'm using more energy than I can actually gather at the time, I think. I'm not gonna have to tonk it, I'm just gonna have to gently just tap the button and just sort of coast along. Yeah, the weather was like some sort of sandstorm, and it pushes all of the big blocks around and the bricks, so if they hit you, they can actually kill you, and I've died in a sandstorm, which I actually thought was quite good, because it means you have to dig yourself in the ground, or hide, or just get back to your base, which is pretty cool, because all of these, like, these cuboid things just sort of start flying at you, which was a nice touch. It'd be nice to see other weather and things like that as well, but the thing is, you will get different weather, I guess, on other planets, which you can go to, and I'll be showing you that in but a moment. So let's go over here. And, oh, that was a bit of a face plant. We'll come over here, and then we'll just sort of... Oh, do you see that? I drifted it in and then detached that because of skills. No, I don't have the skills to pay the bills. Right, let me just press the button of infinite generate resources. And then we're going to put this in here. And then we're going to research and see what we can find. So, it will open up. And, oh, we found some titanium. Great. I've got loads of things like this lithium and stuff. You use that for batteries. There's loads of stuff that you can make. So, for example, we've got storage, you've got wind turbines, batteries. I mean, should we make some batteries? Because, you know, we've got so much lithium that we might as well. And, yeah, here we go. We'll get a battery. This is like a 3D printer type thing. There you go, there's a battery. And we can place it, I don't know. Where can we place it? Place it there. And then it'll just power up the spare energy that we've got from things like this spinny thing. Because it all connects up, as you can see. Blue denotes sending oxygen. Yellow is the... oh, hang on. Ah, crap, that's the thing I mentioned before. Yellow is the energy. So now that that's all filled, it means if we start using more than we're producing, it'll drain from the batteries and go down these pipes. So you can see we've got a bit of a sandstorm coming, and obviously it's knocking all the pipes about, and there's, well, visibility is reduced to very little, and it's very, very like the Martian, I guess. Very much like that. And then here's the bricks. So there you go. I love that. That's really cool. It doesn't damage your buildings, because you don't have damage in the game, but if they hit you, they could easily kill you. Yeah. They can knock stuff about, though. So if you've not got stuff tethered, then it's problematic. You can see, obviously, all of the foliage getting pushed about. We've got bricks hitting things. We got this weird ball thing. This is from a different planet. I landed on a planet and found this weird ball and thought, oh, it might be research, but I don't know what it is. It's just some sort of weird, like... I don't know. It looks like a test asset, to be honest. It glows, but I don't know what it does. Maybe there's something later on that you can find. Maybe it's part of an ancient civilization, and when you combine so many of them, they come back and then kill everybody. Looks like the dust storm's passing now. You can get out in the dust storm, and you do get this like nice effect where you're like going really slow. See that? So you're like head down, Trying to cover your visor and stuff. Yeah, nice. I guess this suit looks a bit like the old Apollo suits, I think. Yeah, it's like it isn't like it's got something about the old NASA suits. Anyway, so we have done some smelting. We've done some free energy generation. We've done some building of things. Yeah. I mean, we've driven around, explored. What else can you do? Well, you can jump in this thing, which is your sort of lunar lander thing, and then take off. And what that does is fire you into orbit. There we go. And that's the planet we've just been on. And while you're here, you can get a different area to land. So you can say, oh, actually, I want to land there or there or there, which is pretty cool. But I don't really want to land there. I want to go even further. And there's the planet we're currently on. You've got, obviously, a barren world there. You've got... this is us. That's where we started, this area here. This is obviously a different planet. And then you've got your... thingy there, the sun, and then you've got an arid world over here, and all of these other ones around, and you can click on them and actually go over there. It does cost hydrazine to do this, but you know, that doesn't really give me any sort of issues at all, because I've got more hydrazine than I can really do anything with. And you can see we've got another planet here, and I can just land on area also there for no reason at all, and it burns the jets and use our little RCS thrusters, and we'll land. As I said, it's all dynamically generated. I don't know whether this is dynamically generated right now. That's a big spiky ball. Do I really want to land here? That's, yeah, a lot of spiky balls. But this is another one of those randomly generated planets. I don't know whether everything is randomly generated yet, or whether they're going to be. I have a feeling it's probably the former. And then we can come up here, and there you go. We're on an alien planet with big spiky balls that fly around, and that's just bad. Can we grab one? Can we grab one? We might be able to grab one. Whether or not I want to grab one is actually a different story. It's also a it's going to be very, very difficult to actually navigate on this planet, because it's so, ow. You connect up with oxygen there when you get to your pod. You know, I'm just gonna get back in and take off, because it's full of spiky balls, and it's just, the whole thing's up and down all over the place. I want to grab one of these, though. Grab one. Grab one. No, you can't grab it. Okay, take off. It's a red planet full of spiky balls. We don't want to be here. Goodbye. There might be a reason to go there, but it's a big pile of crap as far as I can see. Maybe there's a better place to land. I don't know. We're running out of hydrazine now, so maybe it's best if I actually head back to my main system. Oh, that is radiated. Oh, we're going there. We're going to go to a Fallout world, although I hope I don't run out of hydrazine, because if I do, then that would be embarrassing, to say the very least. So let's just see what an irradiated planet looks like. Well, it's orangey, or greeny, yellowy with a bit of orange there, and it just looks horrible. Let's land there, and yeah, we'll see what we can find. So, jet on there, and then land, and it's like, radiation maximum, you are dead. Lol. Oh, thanks. Ooh, it's very pretty. As I said, it's a very colourful game. And here we are. I'm on the radioactive world. And is this some resources? That looks like yellow compound to me. Whatever it is, I can't dig it out. Oh no, I can. I'm digging some of whatever this is out. I think you might need like a drill or something for that. I'm sure I've seen in the trailer there was like some sort of drill that went on the back of your rover type thing. So maybe that's what I need for that one, but I don't really know. There was also, why is it going more yellow? Maybe because of the sun. There's also some weird thing here, which is like the Sarlacc pit, which looks a bit naughty. No, I don't really want to go next to the bumhole with spikes. Let's just not bother with that. And hang on, has the land changed? That was always here, right? Oh, there's some research though. Right, let's put it on the back. We'll head back. Let's go. Thanks for the research, Mr. Spike that managed to appear right in front of us and whatever. So obviously aerodynamics are not affected by a big block on the back. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, so we're now back in here and Terran. There we go. We need to jet back, and it doesn't look like it costs you fuel to burn from one system to another. It's just taking off and landing. So I don't think you can get stuck in space. Oh no, you might be able to get stuck in space. It is possible, I would assume. And we'll land here. Now the problem is that you can land not only at your base, but also in an area where you have a vehicle bay, but it doesn't necessarily because you can't really tell which vehicle bay you're landing. Sometimes you'll do this and yeah, land on top of other things, so that needs to be changed as well, and then you get stuck in the front. So yeah, it's a little bit problematic, and the way to fix it is you actually hold left click sometimes and it sort of points at things. Now I'm gonna have to keep just getting in and out the vehicles. Eventually I'll find a way out of this thing. If I click on these, there we go. That's sort of fixed me, and then we'll do a little jig, and we're out finally. Right, okay, what is this? So research, put it in the research machine from another planet, and we will open up the box of research, and it is a research. We found a drill head. Ooh, right, I wanted one of them. I've been looking for one of them since the start of this episode. By the way, you can make other habitats like that and, you know, expand and build further. Drill head. Need a copper. Well, I've got loads of that. In fact, I've got loads of resources. I'm pretty much maxed out. Build. Let's build a drill head, and we'll see what this is like. Buildy, buildy, buildy. One drill head. Okay. We'll go over here. And one drill head. There we go. So, yeah, you can drill. You just left click where you want, and it drills out. Cool. Been wondering what that was, or how to get one, and now I've got one. So that is a little bit of Astroneer. It's all right. It's not too bad. I think it has the same problem as a lot of these exploration type games. In fact, we could even call it the No Man's Sky problem, if I can be so bold. In that, yes, it's a randomly generated world. Yes, it's quite interesting, but actually, there's not really a lot to do once you actually get into it. Like I say, this is probably nearly 4 hours of play. I really don't know where to go from here. Like, I've built a base. I've explored different planets. There's no reason for me to continue exploring, as far as I can tell. There's been no, like, big beastie or note of some otherworldly adventure. It's just, oh yes, these exist and you can go there. You can play with friends as well. This is, I believe, up to 4-player co-op multiplayer, so obviously it might be a little bit more interesting going around with people, but unless it's something I've missed, I don't really know what else this really has to offer. I mean, you know, going around and getting the resources and grabbing the research is okay, and you could explore different areas, but no beasties to chase me, no bad guys, nothing like that. Obviously this is early access, so we're not going to knock it too much for that, but I'd like to see a bit more in that sense, like a more concrete reason to explore other than just the act of doing it, you know, because actually just exploring other planets once you've been to a couple is a case of, well, yeah, I've sort of seen it before, and yeah, it's a different colour, fine, and some other things like that. I know there's beasties on it, but none that chase you as far as I can see, but yeah, it's alright. It's not too bad. It's colourful. It seems to run okay. I like the tether system. I like that you don't have to... You can make tethers to an area and keep exploring and stuff, and, you know, building these vehicles is quite nice, but the controls are a bit iffy. But yeah, not a bad start. I do think it's a good start. I really hope they progress on further with it and make it, like I say, a little more interesting in terms of the exploration, but not bad. Links in the description so you can check it out yourself. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.